Hi, this is Vijay Jagadeesh and this class is brought to you by Victor Growth Academy. In this class video, we are going to discuss a great deal, you can say, or a very important historic deal between the United States of America and the Taliban Forces happened in Doha. So we'll discuss what is the deal, who are the participants in this, and what they have agreed upon, what they have not agreed upon, and what is India's concern on this. All this we'll be discussing. So let us go straight away. So you can see the picture. So this is what a person who is in this. This is actually represented by US. Again, this is Taliban leader. So they are having a handshake, and that is a significant photo in which the symbolic gesture that there is a agreement happened between the US and the Taliban. Okay, so we'll see this. So this happened in Doha. Okay, the pact happened in Doha, the capital of Qatar. And India attended this. Please note down this point. India, we can't say that it was totally isolated here. India was one of the invited country in the ceremony, and we participated here. India's ambassador to Qatar was a representative in this ceremony. Okay, but surprisingly, because they are saying, you can see in this photo that in the background, bringing peace in the Afghanistan, that is what it is said actually officially. But you can say, Afghanistan government, the officially elected government, is not a part of this. So note down this point, Afghanistan government is not a part of the deal. This is exclusively between the United States of America and the Taliban forces. Okay, and they call officially this as a bringing peace to Afghanistan. That is what the official name of this agreement. Okay, and this Taliban is also known by the name Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan. Okay, they control almost half of the territory in Afghanistan. Okay, so they have almost equal number of political influence in the Afghanistan as the elected government headed by Ghani is having. Okay, so in this map you can see that the shaded portion, the dark shades, like you can see this dark shades, these dark shades are effectively controlled by the Taliban. Okay, they have a complete control over that. The other light color shades also under them. Okay, so that is, we can say it is a kind of disputed area. Okay, but the areas which is in the white color, only that area is under the officially elected, recognized Afghan government. Okay, so this one, Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan, for the matter of fact, I'll tell you, is not recognized either by the United States of America or by the UN also. They don't recognize, and India also do not recognize them. Okay, now when I say Taliban, okay, what comes into our mind as an Indian is the IC-814 Indian aircraft was hijacked from Kathmandu. From then it went to Amritsar, and from there it went to the Kandahar. Okay, in Kandahar this was taken over. Taliban helped them to and we released our terrorist, the most wanted terrorist we released. So those are the pictures, images which come to our mind, okay, when we talk about Taliban forces. Okay, so here we'll see what and who agreed what. First one is what the US has agreed. The US has agreed that it will withdraw all its troops. Underline the point. It will withdraw all its troops and its allied troops. That means US along with the NATO and the allied forces. Okay, within the time frame of 14 months. Within the time frame of 14 months, the foreign troops which was present in the Afghanistan will be withdrawn. That is what the commitment made by the USA. And they also say that within 135 days, that means within a span of 3 to 4 months, they will be withdrawing 8,600 troops from the Afghanistan. So it means effectively reducing the presence of foreign troops in the Afghanistan. Now, to this, what Taliban has agreed? Taliban has agreed that they are willing to talk to the Afghan government. Now, why the Afghan government is not a part of this deal? Because the Taliban do not recognize Afghan government as an official government of Afghanistan. That is the truth. But here in the agreement, they have said that they will talk to the Afghan government, or more officially, they use the word Intra-Afghan dialogue. Intra-Afghan dialogue means who are the leaders present in the Afghanistan, they'll have a dialogue among themselves for bringing peace in the Afghanistan. Now, one more very important agreement, or you can say which acceptance by the or what the Taliban has agreed is that the Taliban will not allow their territory. That means whatever they are controlling under that territory, they will not allow any elements. Al-Qaeda is mentioned here, Islamic State is mentioned here, against the US and allied forces. So against the US and allied forces, these forces cannot, means the Al-Qaeda forces, or you can say Islamic terrorist forces, cannot operate from the Taliban territory. So that is an agreement which Taliban has agreed. If it is happening, then we can say it is a safe exit for the USA. Okay. But the concern is whether US and its allies include India. Okay, definitely not. Definitely not. India is not a part of this war, and India is not considered to be the official ally of the US. So it is not. It is not. It is not any kind of great thing for India. India is a kind of vulnerable with the withdrawal of US. Also, we can say. Okay. Now, apart from these agreements, the US also agreed that they will make sure that UN sanctions on the Taliban is removed. Okay, UN sanction on Taliban is removed, and also US sanction on Taliban is also removed. Okay, so that is also an agreement made within this. Okay, and the last point, which is more critical, is the exchange of prisoners. Okay, there are prisoners. Afghan prisoners are with the Taliban. Taliban prisoners are with the Afghan. Like US prisoners are there. So whatever prisoners are there here and there, they will be releasing them. That is also one of the agreement, and this is not going to be easy because Afghanistan government will not allow that to happen. Okay, so that is where this agreement is also very, it also has a lot of problem before it is coming into reality. Okay. Now, what is the general concern about this agreement? Okay, so agreement is done after 19 years. In 2001 October, the US forces and its allied forces entered Afghanistan in search of Osama bin Laden, who was a mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks. Okay, so since then, almost 19 years, you can say, Afghan has the foreign troops, US troops and allied forces. Allied forces means NATO forces, Canada, UK, France, all these were together known as allied forces, and they created a grand alliance known as Northern Alliance. Okay, all this were fighting against the Taliban and al-Qaeda. But this is another weight now for USA. This war has never going to be won by the US. That is why they are doing a safe exit. Okay, so after almost 19 years, they are going out. Okay, what the US has gained? Okay, practically nothing. Okay, but the Taliban is becoming stronger and stronger day by day. Okay, now what are the general concerns in this? The first concern is there is a lot of uncertainty going to happen, particularly for the Afghan people. What and how? Okay, because they have two government now. Taliban government is also there. Then there's an Ghani government is also. Uncertainty is going to come. And whether the Taliban will honor its commitment is also not clear, because they are not coming under any sanctions. They do not accept any international laws. Okay, so that is a big problem, whether Taliban will accept the agreement which they have, or they have honor. That is a big concern. Okay, another concern is this is an orthodox Islamic state, you can say. Okay, medieval practices. Okay, that means in 1996 on 2001 they were in power. Okay, that is what this Kandahar issue happened. Okay, when al-Qaeda, or you can say Masood Azhar, all these people were part of this. Okay, so we have a problem. Okay, not only for India, the entire world has afraid whether they will reintroduce those practices. Some of the practices I have mentioned here, you can see the strict religious laws. Okay, strict religious laws, banishing women from the public life, then shutting of schools, then you can say systematic discrimination on religion and ethnic minorities. Okay, now this can be one thing you can say, that in CAA, in our Citizenship Amendment Act, they are saying they are including Afghanistan also. No, okay, so here you can see the persecution of minorities. Okay, so this Taliban has a history of discrimination on the basis on religion and ethnic minorities. So this is a general concern what we are going to have if the Taliban is becoming stronger or they are coming to the power again. Now, what is India's concern? Why this video itself is made? This is for the exam perspective. So how India has to be concerned with this development. I told you that India participated in this agreement, but India is not officially a party of this agreement. In this, what happens? Already we have a bitter relationship with the Taliban. Kandahar issue I told you. Okay, so then we have a problem with the Taliban coming to power again. Okay, and the Kandahar issue happened in 1999. We have to release officially. Our foreign minister went in the same aircraft and released this terrorist Maulana Masood Azhar, who is a mastermind behind many of the terrorist attack, including the parliament attack in 2001. Okay, so we have to exchange him with the civilian passengers. That was a bitter experience. So that is the personal vengeance which we have for them. And also we supported anti-Taliban forces, okay, against the Taliban. So they will have a kind of problem with India, dealing with India, and India doesn't formally have any kind of relationship with Taliban as well. Okay, now this in this picture, you can, some of you have remind you going back in 1999 what happened. You can see Kandahar hijack. Okay, this is what the IC-81 Indian aircraft which was hijacked to Kandahar. Now coming in this, you can see Taliban Pact. The pact is having some problem or some silence, you can see. Okay, they are talking about al-Qaeda and the Islamic terrorist, but this one which is concerned with India, for example, Lashkar-e-Toiba, or you talk about Jaish-e-Mohammed, these people are operating from the Afghanistan. So the agreement is silent on that. What will happen to them? Will not allow them to operate against India is not clear. Okay, again, India is not being a US ally. It is not covered under this pact. That also I told you. But Taliban was very thankful, and there is a big close relationship between Taliban and the Pakistan. So you can say Taliban having a deal with US and US withdrawal, in a way you can say it is going to strengthen Pakistan. Okay, that's what Pakistan army and the IAS influence appears to be in the rise. They are going to come up. Okay, and India has also done a huge investment in the Afghanistan, up to $3 billion, which is under the stake when we talk about the withdrawal of the US forces. Okay, and India is always backing the official government which is recognized by the UN. Okay, that is a Ghani-led government after the election. Okay, so thereby Taliban, we don't have any kind of formal relationship, but the majority of the Afghan belonging to a community called Pashtun, and they respect India because we have done a lot of good development schemes for the Afghan people. So there's a people friendliness is there as far as India is concerned. So that goodwill has been created, and that will help India to retain its relationship in the Afghan, even though that is okay. Now coming to the closing this video, I'm asking this: why this deal was at last done after this 19 years? The question is, the answer is that the US is going for election in November 2020. They are going to have an election, and Trump is going to contest again. So this election is the reason for this deal, because Trump has promised their country, their constituency, that he will withdraw the troops from the Afghanistan, and that is what he is doing. So why the deal is done? Okay, it is because of the US election, and Trump wants to win at the cost of others. Okay, so at the cost of others means, does it include India? No, because India is not what it was in 1999. Okay, today we have India's own James Bond. Yes, Ajit Doval is here, and we have already proven the world that we can enter, and we can preemptive strikes can be done. Okay, and Balakot strike is an example for this. Okay, and today India officially follows something called defensive offensive, which means that we will not wait for terrorists to come and attack us. We'll be preemptively doing a strike so that we reduce the terrorist attack. Okay, so that's for this, guys. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed, and for anything else you want to know, please do comment. Okay, we'll make another video. Thank you very much.